What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Wnba Dfs here to bring you guys that WNBA slate breakdown for the the five game WNBA slate. Woo. I don't think it's been too often I've ever been able to say that for the WNBA, and you just see how giddy it makes your boy, because the possibilities right now are going to be endless when it comes down to this slate. Like our pay up options at the guard position, it just looks beautiful. Of course, you got. Let's encompass everybody. You got Kelsey Plum as the highest price guard that we can get over here. For the forwards, you got Fee, rightfully so, 12-3. We don't have the aces on the slate, so we don't got to make a decision between Fee and Asia or any other crap like that. But we do got to make a choice between the MB Fee or the highest usage player in the league right now, Satu Sabali, and Alyssa Thomas, Brianna Stewart, Derek Hamby, Nneka, who is playing like an MVP candidate himself as well. It's just so many choices and options and different routes that we're going to actually be able to go to on this slate. And I can't wait to go ahead and break it down. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss any of the stuff your boy puts out over here on the channel. And drop a like on this video if this video or any of my other videos help you guys win some money, some cash, some swag, whatever it is that you're doing with the information that I give out. Just make sure you guys drop that like. Now, if you guys are truly enjoying the content, you guys are definitely making some money. I will say, looking for my player pool, my cores and stuff, all that stuff you can find over there on Patreon. The link for that is down in the description below. Unfortunately, your boy finally had a stinker with the core. And I will be very honest. I show you the good, I got to show you the bad, right? I had a stinker for the core. Makana, she played well. Skylar wasn't all there, man. It was the Nneka and Gabby Williams day. I didn't foresee exactly that right there, but it is what it is. It happened. Kiki, Aaliyah Edwards being back, I don't really feel like that messed with her too much. It was a weird game because she was going, picked up 2 early fouls, then her minutes were kind of cut until the second half, and then her minutes, it was just really weird. But Kiki's usage, and even with Sykes playing, Kiki's usage, she's the second highest usage player over there for Washington behind Sykes. And you can see it because her usage is there and everything. But unfortunately, the cards just didn't fall right there for me, myself. As always, over here for the Patreon, you're not only just getting my stuff, you get my boy BK, who puts out his list of prop plays and things like that as well. Also, whenever Jay, he can be able to drop his sauce, his stuff, his sports bets, and things like that for over on the books, you get that as well over here. So definitely check that out if you guys are interested and look for that kind of stuff. Link for that is down in the description below for the Patreon. I promise you guys will make your money back with that. All right, so looking at it, I don't have full injury reports to be able to go through. Actually, you know what? Let's pull up ESPN. Let's do it like we did the last time. ESPN, first game we got my Dallas Wings, who my hand is still hovering over the button. It's hovering. I'm close to pushing it. It's hovering though. Arike, you went out there for the other game versus the Lynx. Shoot. Doing. Boom, 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 boom. And then the game versus Atlanta. Sat back, relax. Now, granted, after seeing Atlanta play defense the way that they're trying to play defense, they're pressuring. They're pressuring. They are pressing. Those guards, they are face guarding you. They are definitely getting all up in your shit. Looked very good, especially going up against Indy in that second game. They looked good. Figured it was going to be some type of that kind of physicality in this matchup, and it did. I'm not ready to just completely ship Arike out of there. I have seen some trade talks and some possible rumors, and I think it's kind of funny that me and my boy Jay were talking about it. Send Arike over to the Chicago Sky. Now, before everyone gets up in arms, I was joking, but I said if they want to make that trade, you got to give me Hailey Van Lith and Cardosa back. You can have Arike and Big T. You give us Cardosa. You give us Hailey Van Lith. You can have her, or you give us Ariel Atkins. You give us Ariel Atkins. You give us Cardosa, or you give me Ariel Atkins and you give me Hailey Van Lith. Just really give me Hailey Van Lith. That's all I want. Just give me Hailey Van Lith. You can have Arike and a bag of chips for Hailey Van Lith, bro. Just give me Hailey, man. Just give it. But just that trade, I wouldn't mind it because again, the future is Paige. It truly is Paige. And Arike, if you can tell me I can get Ariel Atkins and the Ariel will actually shoot, unlike what she's doing over there for Chicago Sky, I wouldn't mind that at all. And then have a backup point guard to be able to come out and actually play backup point guard role minutes and Haley Van Lith, because I know she was injured, but still it doesn't seem like they're using her right to me already so far in Chicago. I do imagine that their coach for the Sky, he looks like he might already lost the locker room over there for them. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets fired pretty soon. Like it's abysmal. But anyway, injury report over here. They got Misha Hines-Allen as a game time decision. Not too sure what's going on right there with that, but I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. Lindsay Allen is a game time decision for the Connecticut Suns over there for them. Golden State Valkyrie taking on the New York Liberty, who are actually the New York Liberty are 3-0. And the Golden State Valkyrie are 2-1. That is crazy for an inaugural team in their first season. That's amazing, honestly, for them. It shows that they got some dogs over there. For the Golden State Valkyries, Tiffany Hayes, still a game time decision with that messed up nose. Monique Billings, she was a game time decision last time. I'm pretty sure that she actually played in this game versus LA. Let me make sure, because I didn't actually watch. No, she did not. So we might actually definitely want to pay attention to that, because if she's going to be out, then that rotation over there for the forwards, that could definitely be something that we see again, where they're going to be leaning pretty heavy on Fag Banley, Salon, Kayla Thornton, and then Talbot. Maybe they could dust her off again, but Liette, man, that girl, she is a baller. And if her price is still down, I imagine this game should more than likely be a blowout. Like, it's an 86% chance for the freaking New York Liberty to win, and rightfully so. It's the New York freaking Liberty. Baby Sabally, she's a game time decision, only one that we got to really worry about over there. Seattle Storm taking on the Minnesota Lynx. Kaylu Samuelson, she's out for the season. Kayla McBride is back with the team. Kayla McBride did practice the other day. Kayla McBride possibly could play here in this spot versus the Storm. Now, if K-Mac is out, definitely that's going to be a boost to all the other players on the team once again. But if K-Mac is back, it's definitely going to be something where we're going to be like, let's take a little step back. Let's pay attention and see what's going on over here. Over here for the Atlanta Dream taking on the Sparks. Pow Pow got powed in the face. Looks like she missed the last game. She's a possibility in regards to what's going on her. BG, she was held out last game as well. Something with her knee. I would imagine that was more just for like rest purposes, because they were on the back end of a back-to-back. First back-to-back for the Atlanta Dream on the season. Don't get too excited and crazy. There's not too many back-to-backs in the WNBA. But Atlanta Dream, these two teams right here, the Sparks and the Dream, they have played the most games so far out of everybody on the season. Both of them have played 5 games thus far. On the flip side of things for the Sparks, Rikia Jackson is still out, Ray Burrell is out, and Cameron Brink, we have not seen the Brink truck yet for the season, but she's out as well. Chicago Sky 0-3. Chicago Sky taking on the Phoenix Mercury that are 3-1. Haley Van Lith, she's a game time decision. Mariah Jefferson, imagine she will probably still be out. For the Phoenix Mercury, Natasha Mack and Kalia Copper are both out, and Musa is a game time decision. Head on over to DraftKings, the site I play the most on the site. If you guys don't got an account, you want one, check the link down in the description box below so you guys can get that deposit match bonus and join your boy over here on the King. Now, again, when I first started, I said it's a 5-game slate. That's exciting, and because it's just so many different ways and things you can go to on a 5-game slate, especially in the WNBA. One, the roster size is smaller than the NBA. As you guys know, we only have we only have 6 slots to fill in: 2 guards, 3 forwards, and a util. So it's going to be very interesting. Needless to say, of course, I know a couple of games looks like they could be a blowout, especially that Golden State Valkyrie versus New York Liberty. That game could possibly be a blowout. Dallas and Connecticut, that should be a close game. Seattle and Minnesota should be a close game. Atlanta and the Sparks, that should be a decently close game. The Phoenix Mercury and Chicago Sky, depending on what Chicago Sky come out there to play, that game possibly could be close. But of course, I will tilt it towards the Phoenix Mercury because they are playing on their home court. So definitely a good slate for us to have 5 games on, in my eyes. Now, starting out with my Dallas Wings, who need to figure it out, because yeah, this could possibly be their first dub. Connecticut Sun, outside of Tina Charles and Marina Mabrey, they are not too scary. Flip side of things, my Dallas Wings haven't shown us enough for me to be proud of them about. Arika needs to come out there and shoot. We know she's going up against a girl, Marina Mabrey. This could be one of those matches where she finally actually decides that she wants to shoot the rock again. We know she can go out there and get us 30+ fantasy points, but it's a matter of if she's going to do it. GPP option for me sitting at that 10-2, but I do rather get down here to the narrative player, Paige Becker, going back to Connecticut. If you guys didn't know, she's a UConn. She's a Husky. She's going to be back with the fans in the crowd. So I would imagine that this will be a big up for this game right here for her. It's not like she's going up against the pinnacle defense of Connecticut that we've seen in seasons past. So this could be a good matchup for her at that 10K price tag. Now, Paige has already shown us a ceiling of 42 fantasy points. 42. She dropped 35 in the game after that, 27 in the game after that, and both of those matches were actually pretty tough defenses. I'm not scared of the defense of the Connecticut Sun. I like Paige at the 10K price tag. Wouldn't be surprised if she's one of the higher owned guards on the slate, especially if you buy into the narrative. Now, she's shown us that she has the double-double upside because she can score. She can go out there and get those assists. She can go out there and play some defense, which has been great to see all those things from Paige buckets, and I do like the upside for her, especially also buying into the narrative. Outside of that, we do got some narrative as well for Dejanay Carrington going back to go against her former team in the Connecticut Sun. This right here, she really just hasn't given me anything to be happy about over here for her. 7,800. I will admit there are some cheaper guards that we can get to on today's slate. Mid-tier option that I don't feel like I have to get to. If Misha Hines-Allen is going to be out, I would imagine that's going to be a boost to some players such as Nalissa Smith, whose minutes have been yanked left and right. It's looking like a repeat all over again of the Indiana Fever for Nalissa. GPP option until those minutes or something solidifies. Now, she did show a little bit of a spark to me in that last game because she got it going before everyone else got it going over there for the team versus Atlanta. If she can come out there with that same intensity, just build off of that continuously, that'd be great. Honestly, really big GPP option, not going to force into my lines. Now, if Misha Hines-Allen is out, I would imagine we should get Big T out here. Give Big T the minutes. Now, I was correct in regards to that. Big T should have to play some minutes going up against the Atlanta Dream because of the matchup, the size, and everything that they had over there. I seen that should be the move. It should be the thing and everything. So I'm glad to see that happen. Hopefully she can build on that. I would love to see her be able to play some more minutes. 7,400 is a good spot to be able to go ahead and buy into her here, especially the matchup going up against Tina Charles, who, yes, she can stretch the floor, but not going to be able to match up with Big T's physicality and everything that she can actually bring and drive and give us there. Maddie, if Misha Hines-Allen's out, we know Maddie is very much scoring dependent. 5,800, the price is slowly starting to come down. Let me get it tick down just a little bit more, but she makes for a safe mid-tier option that you can get to. Everyone else over here, Ty Harris, Charles, Quinton Lee, Zaza, all these guys, not going to be too interested. The only other thing would be Zaza is going to be going up against her former girl over here and Sanaya Rivers, so maybe that can give her a little bit of boost if she can actually get herself out there on the court. Flip side of things over here for the Connecticut Sun, Tina Charles, Marina Mabrey leads this team by a mile and a long shot. This is a good matchup for both of them because Dallas, our defense is still weak this season. Bigs have actually been able to cook. Tina Charles, it all just matters of if that shot can fucking fall. 5 of 20 from the field. She should have, there were so many shots that she shot short in that game versus the Atlanta Dream. And I watched that game. I watched it. Don't ask me why. I was watching because I had Bree Jones for a couple of prop plays. That was why I watched it. But Tina Charles just looked straight up just flat. So flat. If Big T is out there in the lineup going up against Tina Charles, I don't have any interest in Tina. Now, if Misha Hines-Allen, who is a small ball center, is out there, then I wouldn't mind Tina at all. I would definitely take a stab at looking towards Tina. But other than that, I'm not going to really force too much. Definitely a GPP option, 10-1. There's other fours that we can get to. You don't have to shove that in there. Marina Mabrey, we've seen the usage and just the upside that she can have. 41.5 fantasy points and then 32 in that next game. Definitely do think this is a spot where she can build on it, and definitely a spot where she should be able to drop 20 plus points once again. I love the props for her in regards to her assists because opposing point guards, those that are facilitating currently right now, they are eclipsing that assist line. Every single guard that has gone out versus the Dallas Wings so far in the season has covered at least 4 assists. Right now, that is her line on the books, and that is her line currently right now on Prize Picks. I'm hammering the over on that. I do believe she can go out there and get us at least 4 flat or 5 to 6 assists. Looking at it so far in the season, we've seen it. 6 assists versus the Minnesota Lynx, 4 assists right here in this game versus Atlanta. I don't mind that. These first 2 games, pretty much nothing for us to write home about. I'm not going to worry about those 2 versus the Washington Mystics and Las Vegas Aces. I'm definitely just going to go ahead and just build on what I've seen so far from her. Outside of that, Mero, she's slowly starting to get ramped up in the minutes. I'm not going to go ahead and chase that just yet. Let's let her percolate a little bit more before we go there. Lindsay Allen, not going to worry about that. Olivia Nelson-Adota, I do like her as a value option to come down to at that 6K price tag because this is a spot where, again, opposing bigs have actually cooked versus Dallas. I wouldn't mind taking the upside. Sanaya Rivers, 5,200. I mean, she had 2 big games, came out, had a dub versus Atlanta. Not too worried about it in regards to the defense versus Dallas. This could be a nice mid-tier option spot you can get to Sanaya, so I wouldn't mind that. JC Seldon facing her former team that drafted her, you could definitely mess with that. Bria Hardley, if she's in the starting lineup or anything, she still makes for a good value play. 3,700. Still shocked that they're going to keep her price down here because we know she has 20-ish upside for her, so I do like Bria Hardley as a possible play that you can get to as a value option right there. Other than that, not really going to force anything. Marina Mabrey would be the top play that you want to get to over here on the Connecticut side if I was to take anything. Tina Charles as a GPP Liberty option. And then Sanaya Rivers and Brit Hartley would be like the safer plays that you can get to over there on that. Going on over to the Golden State Valkyrie, taking on the New York Liberty. Tiffany Hayes, we got to know if Tip is going to be back. If she's going to be out once again, then we're going to just see all the usage and all the minutes and stuff over here for our girl. Where are you at? Salon. I'm still surprised that price is just sitting at 4,900. At 4,900. I thought it would have came up more from that 45 and just showing the usage and the range that she has. Now, it is a tough matchup going up against New York Liberty. This is going to be a tough spot, but you got some rookies over here that I would imagine you want to give some minutes to, and I think the upside could possibly be there. Now, I'm going to go back to my girl. Where are you? Letty. I think I'm saying it right. Letty, just a firecracker when she's out there on the court, and just the shooting, the chops that she has. Love the upside for her. 3,900. I will continue to roster her until she gets up into that 4.55K range. And even then, if they possibly decide to make a change in the starting lineup, I wouldn't mind going there. Veronica Burton. This is not really going to be the matchup that I feel like I have to get up to her, just because the Cloud, she might get the Sabrina defense. So maybe this could be a spot where we could look towards Burton, but really, I got to see how it shakes out. It's not too much that I'm going to focus or force here in this position and spot. If I'm going to be very honest, for me, I'm not too inclined to get too many Golden State Valkyries currently right now. Just got to look at how stuff shakes out. But on the flip side, New York Liberty, Stewie, 11K. We haven't really had the big Stewie game. We had the game where her and JJ went off versus the Aces. Then it's just been mid-level games. Good GPP pay up stud option if you don't want to go all the way and pay up for fee, or Sably. Definitely get yourself different going there. But I'm going to come down here to my girl JJ. They have no one that can match JJ over there on the Golden State Valkyries. Love this spot for JJ. JJ should be able to go out here and smash. I got the double-double in the cards for her, definitely for sure. 10 rebounds seems to be like a cakewalk for her, and I just love the upside up here for her. Sabrina Ionescu, 9K. She played pretty well going up against the Indiana Fever in that last game, 36.25 fantasy points. But I will say, with the addition of Cloud is honestly blowing me away with what she has been able to do so far to start the season. Very much love to come down here to Cloud. We're not seeing Courtney Vandersloot's light numbers with Cloud. We're seeing a better upside because she's actually scoring the ball. She is playing that defense that we know Cloud can play. She's also facilitating and doing very, very well, and I love what I'm seeing from her. She makes the New York Liberty scary, and it's crazy that they did addition by subtraction, getting rid of Sloot and getting Cloud, and not missing a beat over here for the New York Liberty. It's amazing. Definitely do like Cloud 8,500. That's definitely a play that I want to get to. Everyone else over here, not really too interested. I understand the game possibly could blow out. Cloud seems like she might be blowout proof because we have seen her out there being able to run even whenever the game is out of hands. So I do like the upside, and I will still want to go ahead and roster Cloud when it comes out to it. And JJ would be my other main manufacturer that I want to get to over there. Wardrobe change. Your boy had to go run off to go do some shit real quick, but then of course the Thunder are playing right now, so that tell you how long the switch up in between recording this video, in all honesty. But we're gonna get right back to it. I got halftime right now in the Thunder game, so I'm gonna try to get through as much as I can, and then probably pick this back up towards the end. If you guys are still watching, thank you guys so much for actually watching this video and sticking with me. So Seattle taking on Minnesota. Seattle is still underpriced. Straight up, Nneka is balling. She's playing out of her mind. MVP, like I was saying before. 29 minutes in our last game versus Las Vegas Aces, belt to ass, pretty much getting anything she wanted in mid range, looking spry. Nneka, I haven't seen Nneka look this good since she was on the Sparks. Like, she looks amazing out here right now. Back to back good games after that dud that she had versus the Phoenix Mercury. And in that game, honestly, she just got in foul trouble. So again, going this matchup, going against the Minnesota Lynx, the history is there for how good Nneka has been versus Fee and this Minnesota team. And I don't mind going up to 10-3 as her as one of my main spend ups right here in this position and spot, especially if I want to get one of these bigs in what should be one of the better games on the slate and the closeness that it should be. Skylar Diggins-Smith, 9-9. I kind of don't really want to spend that much up. Instead, I would rather get to a page or something like that if I'm getting right here and just I understand she's going to go out there and she's going to score. She did get into a little bit of foul trouble in that last game. Still played 29 minutes. Didn't take as many shots as what we've seen from her before. She definitely can't go ahead and light it up. But Gabby Williams still hovering in the 7-9 price. She should be into the 8-5 range. Straight up. I think she's still underpriced. I know she's going to go out there and get it on the stock side. She's been doing that very well over the last couple games. But what we're seeing, though, is Gabby is definitely chucking up these threes right now. And she's hitting them right now with some consistency. And I like that. I'm loving what I'm seeing. She's stuffing the stat sheet just like what we've seen her do when she was playing in the Olympics. And I think that's going to continue for her here, even in this matchup versus a tough Minnesota team, which she should still have some success. 7,900, I don't mind getting to her. Ezzy is going to have that game where we're going to be like, yo, we need to play Ezzy. I just don't think that it's yet for me. I don't see myself getting there to Ezzy right here in this position. I would much rather either get up to Gabby Williams or the NECA and then come down here. Do we have to actually consider Erica Wheeler after that big game that she had versus the Aces? I'm going to tell you this. No. The minutes are there, yes, but the production, I'm not going to go and chase a 42.25 fantasy point outing after she had a outer body experience versus them. I'm not going to do it. 6,300 is way too expensive to pay for a guard who is coming off the bench, isn't even starting. So I don't see any reason to go there. That would be a fade for me. Same thing for Malonga. Malonga's not even really seeing all that many minutes right now. She got that minutes right there in that game versus the Aces. Blowout. So still not going to go there. They're slowly working her along. Everything else over here, same thing. I'm not going to really force or pry to any of these other plays over here. Now on the Minnesota Lynx side of things, looks pretty good over here. Fee, the top priced forward on the slate, 12-3, rightfully so. I mean, MVP campaign, just look at her coming off a 62.5, 25 fantasy point outing versus the Connecticut Sun, who actually hung in that game and made it worthwhile. If you listened on the last time that they were on the slate, and I talked about it, she was the pivot between her and Asia Wilson. Figured Asia would be higher owned, and rightfully so. Fee was single digits owned, and if you had her over Asia, you definitely could have took down a slate. 12-3 here versus the Seattle Storm. They kept Asia pretty much in check, so to say, in that game. I still don't mind going to Fee just because her usage is actually much higher over here for the Lynx. She is the team. She is going to have a tough matchup going up against both NECA and Ezzy down there inside the paint. So I'm 50-50 in regards to if I really do feel like I need to pay up for Fee. I'm not going to completely cross her out, but we'll consider her not something I feel like you have to get to. I do think this is a bounce back spot for Courtney Williams after coming off a dud, pretty much benched in that fourth quarter versus the Connecticut Sun, and they let Heidemann go out there, run around and play. 0 of 11 from the field. 0 of 11 from the field. She can't shoot any worse than that. She really can't. You know, we know she can play make. We know she can do quite a bit, and she's shown us the upside that she has on the season. Seattle guards versus Seattle have actually cooked. They actually have played pretty well outside of Jewel Lloyd getting hot, then just dying. Chelsea Gray, she played pretty well in that game versus for the Aces as well. So I don't mind getting a probably low owned 9,600 Courtney Williams. Now I will say there's you know, like I talked about in the New York game and Golden State, Natasha Cloud's right there at 85, so really don't see you have to pay up for that, especially if Kayla McBride is actually going to be back. I think that would be way too much to spend up for Courtney Williams. And then speaking of Kayla McBride, why the fuck she hasn't played yet? 9,500. No way in hell I'm paying that for her. Alana Smith, Jessica Shepard, they're both kind of split in the minutes still. Right here, Alana, she is seeing so if she stays out of foul trouble, the upside could be there for her. Could be another match where she gets herself into foul trouble. I don't see myself having to spend for either one of these guys at the 8-1 and 8K price range. It's just not gonna be there. Carlton, Samuelson, both of those guys get it, and Heidemann, all of them kind of get a tier down if Kayla McBride is back. Pretty much only Fee would be the main the main player that I would want to get to over on that side. Atlanta taking on the Sparks over here. Brittany Griner is expected to be out once again. I want to say there was an updated injury report that came out. Let me refresh since, like I said, it's been a couple of hours since I've actually been doing this breakdown. So yeah, Brittany Griner, she's already going to be out. Pow, she's actually going to be back for that game, so we won't get the value in getting Cadwell being back in the starting lineup. Now Cadwell has still been playing some pretty decent minutes over here for them, so I wouldn't mind looking towards Maya with the case, because she has played pretty well, and that could still be a boost. With Brittany Griner being out, BG's out, I do love Rihanna Jones. You're going to be going up against Hamby. You're going to be going up against Azura Stevens. Now, they've done pretty well against certain forwards and bigs in the league, but I just saw the Golden State Valkyrie actually play pretty well. Kayla Thornton, they made her look like an all-star out there. Tammy Fagminley was looking very spry and very good versus them. Brianna Jones, big body Brianna Jones. She's not fat. She's just pretty big, a big woman out there, and I think that she can definitely have her way. I love her. Double once again. Not coming off of back-to-back, so this time maybe we can actually see the 33 minutes like what she was giving us, and definitely give me more than 5 shots. 9,700. I like the price tag, like the upside, love the spot for it right here. Outside of that, of course, Ryan and Alicia Gray, both these guys have immense usage. We're seeing more playmaking for Ryan right now. She is sporting that big old knee brace currently, so Alicia Gray does kind of have a little bit more upside just because she looks like she is the healthy one between the two. So I wouldn't mind getting down 100 more, just come down to Alicia Gray, definitely for sure for them. But the main one that I want to get to is going to be Brianna Jones over here for the Atlanta Dream. Everyone else over here, Shakira, Kimber Walker, Nia Coffey wouldn't be a bad value play that you could possibly get to. We did see that they did start Coffey for when Brittany Griner was out, so Coffey did get a quite extended run, and if they start Coffey again, I can see myself possibly getting there as a value option and a play that you can go ahead and get to on the slate. So that definitely would be some upside. On the Spark side of things, Trying to record this video at the same time while watching this Thunder game is not a good idea. But going back to Las Vegas Aces taking on Los Angeles Sparks taking on the Atlanta Dream. Kelsey Plum, she's been playing amazing, honestly, but this matchup going up against Dream, I don't want to take guards going up against them. They've actually held them pretty much in check outside of Caitlin Clark having that one big massive game thus far. They've actually played guards pretty well so far, especially with Alicia Gray and with Ryan Howard, how they seem to be face guarding in regards to opposing ball handlers and things like that. So I'm going to actually fade Plum. 44 fantasy points in the last outing with Chicago. That would be more what we'll look for some value over here in the Phoenix and Chicago game over there. Hamby and Stevens is actually where I want to focus and actually follow over here for them. Especially with that, they're not going to be going up against a double big lineup in Bree Jones and Brittany Griner. One of these two should be able to go out there and have a good day. I would imagine it would be Derek Hamby dealing with Nia Coffey defense instead of having to deal with the big body of Brianna Jones. But then again, Azurá Stevens, with the fact that she can stretch the floor and she has been willing to take those threes and things of that nature over the last couple of games, I do like the upside for either one of these two bigs right here. 9K definitely is more appeasing than what Derek Hamby at that 10-5, just because she has not had that usage that we're so used to having. But the playmaking, everything that she's doing, she's just not scoring it like what she was before, but she is definitely doing everything else out here for them. So the upside could definitely still be there for her. But again, Stevens at 9K price tag, and then just the stocks upside that she actually has, I don't mind fading coming down here to Stevens instead. Hamby probably will be lower owned, definitely would have the upside. Both those guys more in play, especially if Rakia Jackson is still going to be out due to the concussion, but they do have her listed as probable, so I would imagine that she will be back. If Rakia is back, that's going to be a damper on Odyssey Sims. It's going to be damper on Barker, who was starting for Rakia with her being out, and that'll really just pretty much be it. We got Ottoman on the injury report, so could still be some decent minutes for Barker off the bench in regards for the Julie Ottoman minutes that she would probably be able to actually get. Last game of the slate, and it's going to be Chicago Sky taking on the Phoenix Mercury, and they probably will be the first team to lose their head coach just because they look abysmal. This team, I'm hoping to see some type of fight out of them in this game. Like, seriously. Our normal suspects that we want to get to, Angel Reese, Cardosa, not necessarily going to be a bad matchup. I do think that Reese, it's just a shame that we expected her to be able to show a growth in regards to like the shot, especially unrivaled. Look like you were working on stuff out there with the coaches and with everyone that you had out there. And I'm hoping to see big things. Now, this is a plus matchup for her because opposing bigs actually have, especially rebounding bigs, have been able to have decent games versus the Phoenix Mercury. I do think this could be a game where we actually get our good old 30 plus fantasy point outing from Angel Reese. I do like the upside for her just because all you have down there for the Phoenix Mercury is AT. She's the main rebounder. She's the main everything over there for them. So Angel Reese, 9,800. Love the upside. Like the spot for her. Don't mind it at all. We know that there's a little bit of history between her and AT from last season where AT did a little rough with her out there for her. Courtney Vandersloot, 7,400. She's showing more scoring paralysis than she is with her playmaking. And again, this team's just not making shots nor running any type of appropriate shots. They say they want to play fast. I'm not seeing a fast pace or anything from them. It's really just killing it. The only person I truly do have some interest in, everyone else over here will be GPP options. Courtney Vandersloot, Cardosa, Ariel Atkins, if she ever actually gets more than 6 shots. Like, straight up, 2 out of the 3 games you guys have played, you've only taken 6 shots. Bullshit. There's no reason you should be. Ariel Atkins should be taking the most shots, honestly, in my eyes, for this team. She is the best actual scorer that they have. There's no reason why Kia Nurse is coming out here, and Kia Nurse is jacking up more shots than Ariel Atkins. You're not that shooter anymore, Kia. You not. Like, she's just not. It's abysmal. It's poor. It's sad. And the benching of certain players, I can go in on the Chicago Sky if I want to on a whole separate video and rant for 20 minutes in regards to just how bad their season has been to start. Angel Reese, main player that you want to get to. Courtney Vandersloot would be GP option just because her scoring has actually been there. Opposing guards have actually done pretty decent versus the Phoenix Mercury. I wouldn't mind getting there. Cardosa would definitely be the GPP pivot off of Angel Reese. If you think she could stay out of foul trouble, if you think she could actually stay on the court and play 25, close to 28 minutes, she should be able to dominate if they actually let her play. Outside of that, Elizabeth Williams, she did get more run, more burn, and kind of, when Cardoso got benched, played a bit for her in that spot. If they decide to shake up starting lineup to start Elizabeth Williams over Cardoso, I would really scratch my head, because Cardoso is your future technically. But Elizabeth Williams does make for a decent GPP option and a possible play that you can look to and get to right here. Wouldn't mind that as an option. Everyone else over here, they're all GPP options. Banham would be the only other bench option that you would look to over there outside of Elizabeth Williams. Flip side of things, Satu Sabali, like Satu versus this Chicago Sky team. I ain't even about to beat a dead horse, bro. AT, same thing, versus this Chicago Sky team whose defense is ranking worse than Dallas Wings defense from last year. Both these guys, like, we're seeing AT the score this year. Like, she's definitely getting downhill, trying to actually score 10 shots in that last game versus Washington. Washington actually plays some pretty good paint defense, and they're a good defensive team, especially with Brittany Sykes out there. But I do like Satu Sabali. Like, who's going to actually guard Satu on the opposing team? Who? Seriously ask yourself that question. Outside of that, the only person I really do have some interest in is going to be Ayoko Makalala. She's definitely seen the minutes. She's playing 20 plus minutes. She is starting for them out there, and she's not afraid to shoot it from three. Looking like a pretty decent 3-point shooter over there for them. We know she can actually give us a couple of peripheral stats, but if she's not scoring those double digits, it is going to be kind of but I don't mind going ahead and getting to her. Definitely makes for a decent play. I'm not too sure if I had talked about it, but my girl over here for the Golden State Valkyries, she is still priced down, Letty. Again, even if the Golden State gets blown out, these pieces over here, like Letty, Salon, they're going to play the minutes. They're going to be out there at the end of the day. So I wouldn't mind them as possible value options for them in that game versus coming to some of these other priced up options that we would normally we're getting to throughout the season so far, just because, hey, they're going to play. It's decent. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Ran 30 minutes. It's a 5-game slate. We have not had one of these. Hopefully, you guys were able to get the information and stuff. If something confused you, please talk to me down in the comment section. I know time gap in regards to me doing this and sitting here watching the Thunder game at the same time. But I did give you guys the info. Look for more stuff. Check out the Patreon. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Good luck to everybody. Somebody, please take down the 20K. Talk to me down in the comment section. Let me know that you did. Peace.